We have the Road of Legends event in Pokemon Go. It's gonna be super fun, super overwhelming, and we're gonna try to make the absolute most of it. So let's get into the details. Welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. The Road to Legend event is already live everywhere in Pokemon Go. And some of you guys are like, man, you're already late on this, and I do apologize. I've been dealing with a couple things that are going on this week since I did get back into town that is making things a bit challenging. So here we go, jumping right into exactly what you need to know. So for the Road to Legend event, obviously it's going down on Monday, it's at midnight, and it's gonna go all the way till Friday, basically at the end of day, but I mean kind of raid area, because this entire week is really about raid battles. It is insane what is going on. When you guys are watching this, it's Monday. It is going to be everything that you have to know about raid battles. And if you're outside of the US, you've already been going through this. You've probably already seen this coming from all the remote raids. Guys, if you do need any remote raids, please jump into the Discord. You can check those out. Or also, if you want to jump into Patreon, try to jump into some raids with me or get on my friends list, you guys can do that. That is in the description below. And the bonuses that are going to be active are awesome. So we have no remote raid pass limit. If you guys did not notice, there is absolutely no raid pass limit. So you guys can remote as much as you possibly want. It's awesome. And remember that there is a background that we're going to talk about here in a second on all these legendaries. And I am going to point out that some of the obscure legendaries that we will look at, especially on Monday, are going to be the rarer ones if you can get a shiny with the background. I'm not saying that the shiny with the background is going to be easy to obtain, but if you do obtain it, I'm telling you, it's those weird ones that nobody is going to be raiding will be some of the rarest shiny legendaries with backgrounds. You will be able to receive a special sticker, which is probably going to be some type of 10-year-ish anniversary. The premier balls are going to catch much easier, meaning that you're pretty much going to get a guaranteed catch. So if you do have silver pineapple berries, I would say prioritize on the Pokemon that you do want the candy from, as opposed to just giving them to anything until they run out. The way that I kind of look at the silver pineapples are the ones that I don't raid quite as much, that I might want to power up at some point or another, and that's what I use them for. And then finally, party power is going to power up faster. So if you guys do want to take down raids even faster, this is a great thing to do. And there's going to be a bonus of getting an additional free raid pass. So if you guys do want 2 free raid passes for the day to max out and then stop, that you can do. But guys, this is not what we do here on this channel. You already know that. And the background is going to be this one. It's really cool. It is animated. So if we do go ahead and click into the Rayquaza that I did get, this is what the background looks like every single time that you jump into it. It is quite cool. I haven't got the shiny yet, so I can't show you. But any Pokemon caught with raids, 5-star, primal raids, and mega battles are going to be from July 6th to the 12th, which is basically Monday all the way through the end, are going to be able to have this. That background is super nice looking. And then let's not forget that the Mega Mewtwo caught is going to have higher stats, which is crazy. It's going to take, I believe, 12 shields to break this to get it down, and 3, it's going to have a background that maybe be the same one, I doubt it, is going to be morphing as you mega evolve the Pokemon, which I think is the first time we've ever seen this, if I'm pretty positive it is, which is going to be super cool as well. So it's going to have higher defense, attack, and stamina, which means I'm thinking it might be a little bit more aligned with the Mighty, so at a 13-13-13 base floor, which is really crazy, man. There's going to be a lot of Hundos and a lot of Shundos being given out from this Mewtwo. And then also, don't forget that every Mewtwo caught from a super mega raid is going to have unlocked at least 1 level, so you won't need to go ahead and use your energy for that specific X or Y. And then let's not forget the Go Pass is going on. So we have the Go Pass that is going to get you a lucky trinket on the free pass, and the deluxe one is going to get you a pose, but most importantly, it is going to give you the golden bottle cap. So we will make a video talking about golden bottle cap. What might you consider doing? What I'm going to consider, and I'm going to ask you guys for some help as well. Not only that, we're going to get 2 times hatch stardust, 2 times hatch candy, additional 5,000 XP from completing raids, additional 3 candy from completing 5-star raids, and additional candy XL from completing these 5-star raids, which is awesome. Definitely suggest you guys get this. Is a pass not to miss out on. And as always with every event, there's going to be eggs hatching as well. So with the deluxe pass, you're getting 2 times hatch candy and hatch stardust. So if you guys want to go about doing this, you can. Me personally, I don't go insane with the eggs. I've just never, in my experience, and I've been playing for 10 years, seen anything that's kind of like given me like, yeah, I love eggs, you know. I just don't get it. If I'm getting a ton of Stardust, I'm getting XL candy for specific things, I do go after the eggs, but besides that, I kind of skip over the eggs for the most part. I've gotten 1 Shundo in like, what, 15,000 egg hatches, and I only do it for specific purposes. I'm not doing it for shinies in specific. So that's kind of how I see eggs. You guys might see them them differently and might have different luck or a different experience with eggs, but that's just not what it is. So for 2-kilometer eggs, we have Weedle, Pidgey, Abra, Ghastly, Pinsir, Aerodactyl, Mareep, Larvitar, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Ralts, Bagon, Beldum, Gibble, Riolu, Snover, Audino, and Larvesta. So there are a ton of Pokemon in these 2-kilometer eggs, and quite good ones at that. In the 5-kilometer eggs, we're gonna have Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Heracross, Mime Jr., and Larvesta. So if you guys do need a Mime Jr. shiny, this would be a great time to get it. And surprisingly, that is only in Europe, so now is the time to try to be able to get that. And then in the 10-kilometer eggs, we will feature the Tropius, Axew, Bouffalont, Larvesta, Gumi, Jangmo-O, Toxel, and Frigibax. And that's everything that we need to know here. So for the tips to help you guys max out, number 1, get into an area that you can raid with. I would assume that if you can find community ambassadors, they're probably going to be having at least raid hour meetups every single night for this entire week. Monday is the most chaotic for the raid battles, and I'm probably going to give you some of the 100% IVs, but mostly I'm probably not. That is just way too many 100% IVs to read out. You guys are not going to remember any of them, and I'm just going to suggest some of the Pokemon that you do have. For the raid battles for this entire week, which is pretty much just a raid week in Pokemon Go, we have amazing Pokemon. One of the biggest things I want to point out is that you can TM Origin Form Palkia and Dialga to have Roar Time and Spatial Rend. So this is a time to be able to do that. And even if you have other ones, let's say you have extra elite TMs, this would be a great time to use some elite TMs on getting at least the shinies to have the moves, because then it makes them so much more valuable. And also, if you don't want to do that, what you could do is you could trade them throughout the week, and that would then allow you at the end of the week to be able to try to get a shiny that's a good one from a lucky trade, and then choose to elite TM it if you want to be a little bit more budget friendly on that. For the raids for the week, Legendary Pokemon, Ultra Beasts, and other powerful Pokemon will appear in raids throughout the event. Pokemon appearing in 5-star raids each day will also be featured in a raid hour from 6 to 7 local time on that day. Monday raid hour will take place from 6 to 8. And Pokemon appearing in Mega Raids each day will also be featured in a Mega Raid hour from 7 to 8 p.m. local time every day, and their Primal Raid hour from 7 to 8. And then the other thing I really want to point out for you guys is massive. Okay, so if you need additional XL candy for any legendary Pokemon, obviously I suggest you guys clean out your bags, get all these things out. But here's the thing, for some of these legendaries that you want the additional XL candy, on Monday the 13th, we are going to start the Pikachu Celebration Week, which is awesome. If you guys want to see the video, you can check it out up here. It is an amazing week, but the most important thing besides these shiny costume Pikachu is going to be the pass that's going on during that. This pass on tier 1 bonus is going to start at rank 10. You're going to get increased chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive Candy XL for transferring Pokemon. If you get the deluxe, you're getting an even greater chance for getting this XL transfer candy. So why am I pointing this out? That save any of those legendaries into a folder, and then on this time, especially if there's some that are like a little bit harder to get, maybe Stakataka, Blacephalon, whatever that is for you, this is the time that you're going to transfer all of these things away. It is valuable, and if you make a little bit extra space, you can save a little bit extra legendaries. Once you get to that deluxe, I suggest you get it, because in the past we've gotten like 2 to 3 XL candy for transferring Pokemon, which is crazy, even better than trading them away. This is the time to wipe out all of those Pokemon from your bag. So let's start on Monday. Monday is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Literally every legendary Pokemon that's been in the game is out in raids. So we got to remember that Uxie is in Asia Pacific, Mesprit is in Europe, Middle East, Africa, and India, Azelf is in the Americas and Greenland, Buzzwole, Americas and Greenland, Pheromosa, Europe, Middle East, Africa, India, Zergatry, Asia Pacific, Celesteela is in the Southern Hemisphere, Kartana in the Northern Hemisphere, Stakataka in the Eastern Hemisphere, Blacephalon in the Western Hemisphere, Nihilego, Guzzlord, and Necrozma are global and no regional locks. So those are going to be the regional Pokemon that are out there, but now let's jump into which ones are going on. I'm going to read all of them real quick, and then I'm going to go through and point out some of the ones that I would focus on, Rayquaza being one of them right up front to get this background, and then further. We have Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Raikou, Entei, Suicune, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Latias, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Deoxys in all of the forms, Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf. We have Dialga, Origin Form Dialga, Palkia and the Origin Form, Heatran, Regigigas, Altered Giratina, Origin Form Giratina, Cresselia, and Darkrai. We have Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion, Tornadus in both of the forms, Thundurus in both of the forms. We have the Reshiram, Zekrom, Landorus in both of the forms, as well as Kyurem. We have Genesect in the Burn, Chill, Regular, Douse, Shock. We have the Xerneas, Yveltal, Tapu Koko, Lele, Feeny, and Bulu. We have Solgaleo, Lunala, Nihilego, Buzzwole, Pheromosa, Zergatry, Celesteela, Kartana, Guzzlord, Necrozma, Stack Attack of Blacephalon, Hero of Many Battles for both Zacian and Zamazenta, Regieleki, Regidrago, Enamorous in both the Incarnate and Etherean form. And the Mega Raids is going to be the Salamence. So for this one, instantaneously, I know they can have backgrounds, but nobody's going to want these things without shiny backgrounds, is going to be the Solgaleo and Lunala. Maybe just do one at least to get one with the background, but these ones do not have the shiny. The Solgaleo is going to be coming next week or 2 weeks away for the shiny, so do not raid for that beyond just getting the background. And then I'm assuming the Lunala will probably be in August to be released as the shiny, so stay away from those. And then also the Enamorous does not have shiny as well, so like I said, if you do come across them, raid a few of them, get one with the background, and then discard the rest until the shiny comes out. The other ones that I would suggest staying away from are going to be the Zacian and Zamazenta, because those will be a different day, as well as the Origin form Palkia and Dialga, and the Kyurem will also be on a different day as well. And while yes, you can do those now and try to get 100% IVs, which you might consider doing them on the different days is going to get you, such as the Zacian and Zamazenta, you will be getting the energy, as well as the Necrozma, you can be getting the energy as well. So if you do need the energy, this would be a great time to skip out here and wait for the other ones. The Regieleki 100% IV will be 1602, or weather boosted in rainy weather will be 2002. The Therian form Landorus is going to be 2241, or weather boosted at 2801. Therian Thunderous is going to be 2091, or weather boosted at 2614. Xurkitree will be 2249, or 2812 in weather boosted conditions, which is rainy. The Terrakion 100% IV will be 2113, or weather boosted in cloudy weather or partly cloudy weather at 2641. Giratina Origin form at 2105, or weather boosted in windy or foggy weather at 2631. And finally, last but not least, we have the Rayquaza 2191, or weather boosted to 2739. So those are some of the ones that I recommend. Obviously, you guys have to see what you like, what you want. The Xerneas and the Yveltal are also really good. 2160 for the 100% IV on that one, or weather boosted to 2701. So those ones are great. Those ones are desirable, and people do enjoy these backgrounds. I'm telling you, the ones that I'm not mentioning, like the less powerful ones, the Tapus, things like that, if you can get the shiny with the background, will be very valuable, especially for shiny collectors later down the line, because so many less people are going to have those ones. So just make sure to take note of that. And now that we can have a little bit of a rest, we do have these other Pokemon on Tuesday. So this is going to feature Zekrom, White Kyurem, Dawn Wings Necrozma, and then for the Mega, it's going to be Tyranitar. So if you do need Tyranitar Mega Energy, you can use it. And also, guys, remember that you can buy levels in the Mega system with energy now. If you want to see that complete guide, check it out up here. It's an amazing way. Once you hit 10,000, which is the cap, you can just spend that Mega Energy as opposed to having to save it up and do things like that. And remember, I do like Tuesday the best because the White Kyurem, in my opinion, and from kind of game statistics, is one of the strongest Pokemon and best of the two compared to the Black. So this one is going to get the Ice Burn, which is an amazing thing to be able to hit excellent throws. Not only that, it is also going to be helpful, more helpful in catching Pokemon on the auto catcher in the background. So it's more helpful than the Black Kyurem, but the Black Kyurem, the one thing that it does do really well is it helps if you're fighting shadow Pokemon such as Lugia that are very spammy with their attacks. The Zekrom 100% IV will be 2307, or 2884 in weather boost. And remember, when you're fighting the Black or the White, you do not catch them as the Black or the White. You're going to catch a regular Kyurem. So when I say this one, for the Dawn Wings as well as the Duskmane, you will be getting the exact same IVs for the 100%, which is going to be 2042 for level 20, or 2553 from level 25. And last but not least, we have the Necrozma 2104 for the 100% IV, or weather boosted at 2630, which then is going to move us on to Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to feature the Reshiram, the Black Kyurem, Duskmane Necrozma, as well as the Mega Gardevoir. Reshiram and Zekrom, remember, have the exact same 100% IV, so it's going to be 2307 under level 20, or 2884 for level 25. And then you guys already know the 100% IVs from Tuesday for these exact same Pokemon. So Tuesday and Wednesday are very easy to remember the Hundos. And remember, the Megas might not be done as much, but those Pokemon with the backgrounds will be quite nice. And then we are on to Thursday, an amazing day because we have the Crown Sword and Crown Shield Zacian and Zamazenta. So if you do need any energy for fusion, this is it. These Pokemon have had, this is going to be their third backgrounds they've had, well, besides, you know, each of the locations. So I guess technically it will be the fifth background, but they've had Osaka, they've had New York / New Jersey, they've had Paris, they've had the Global, and now they're having another one come out for this one for a grand total of 5 backgrounds. Mind blowing on these Pokemon, but these ones are extremely strong and you can get the energy during this time. The 100% IVs will be 2188 or weather boosted for 2735. And then we have the Mega Gengar going on that day. And then finally Friday is my favorite day of all because of the origin form Dialga and Palkia. The Dialga is going to look amazing on this white background for certain. I think the Palkia will look pretty good too, but I'm a little bit more favorable because of how amazing that shiny looks. Okay, so for these ones, very powerful Pokemon. Remember, if you do get a background shiny or anything like that, you might consider doing the Elite TM, or you can swap them without the move, and then you can TM the move if you do get a good one, so you don't have to waste an Elite TM. Then we also have the Primal Groudon and Kyogre. I am so blown out on these Pokemon from doing them so many times during Go Fest, but these ones, their 100% IVU are the exact same. It's going to be 2351, or in weather boosted conditions at 2939. So for the origin form Dialga, we have 2337 or 2921 for the 100% IV. And for the Palkia, we have 2367 or 2958 for the 100% IV. And remember, you can get Glaciate as well as Roar Time and Spatial Rend potentially on these Pokemon, but you can Elite TM them, so please make sure to take full advantage of that. So pretty much just get out there, raid, focus on as many raids as you possibly can. If you do get the Ultra Raid box, which is going to be 5,400 coins for 99 passes, pick up on as many of those as possible. Hope to see you guys in the Patreon enjoying yourselves or doing raids or whatever it is. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to be making videos throughout the week and we are going to have a lot of fun. So guys, thank you for being here as always. I love and appreciate you guys. I will see you out on the next video. Peace.